first 3 years, you averaged 13 points, 6 rebounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it accurate?
Yeah.
Not bad. You just for somebody that just learned
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
Yeah,
like,
it's not
in the
bad
NBA.
for a guy with 6 years experience, you know what I'm saying, playing basketball.
Yeah.
You know, but that was one of the things, I don't know, I just, one thing I learned how to do quick was, how to score. You know what I mean? And that was something that, I felt like I was pretty good at.
You got hurt against the Celtics and suffered a knee injury and missed a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel when that happened? Because that was your the first injury that you.
Yeah, I was guarding Paul Pierce, and it was pretty much a motion kind of play or whatever, but it was like a tandem. So he walked me down to the paint, and all he did was just run out to the left. And when I went to run, I thought I was picking my leg up, and I didn't. Ooh. And I tore my ACL or whatever. So it was like I fell through the pick. He hit the shot. He's like, "Get your ass up." And I tried to get up because me and Paul Pierce used to talk all kind of trash all the time. And he hit the shot, and he's like, "Get your ass up." And I tried to get up, and I couldn't get up. And then I realized why my leg was messed up.
Did he actually help you up after we realized?
Heck no, he ain't helped me up.
He's a big shit talker, was he?
Yeah, we both was, but they had to call a timeout. And it was so funny, my leg was stuck, like I couldn't move it. So I actually had to fly back to Indianapolis in my uniform. Or they had to cut me out of my uniform, like out of my shorts and everything when I got back.
Wow, damn.
But yeah, that's when I had my first major injury, my torn ACL.
So, and then you came back after that?
Yeah, the next year I came back and I played every game that season.
And then you go to the Eastern Conference, right? With the Pacers?
Yep, we won 62 games, I want to say. 62 games at the end, later with Isaiah Thomas as our coach.
Isaiah Thomas, how did it feel making the playoffs when you did that?
Well, it was good. I mean, we always made the playoffs. When I was in...
Well, to the Eastern Conference, that was the first time going. Was that the first Eastern Conference for you?
No. I made the playoffs every year I was with the Pacers.
But the Eastern Conference...
Eastern Conference Finals. No, in my sophomore year. I missed so much basketball. In my second year, we went to the finals. So I went to the finals my second year, and then I went to Eastern Conference Finals my sixth year. Or whatever, and that was against Detroit Pistons.
Pistons.
Yeah, and that's when Tayshaun had that block against Reggie Miller.
Right.
And we ended up losing that game.
That was from the back. From the back, he
chased him down. But it was funny too because when we had beat them game 5 or game 4, whatever it was, Rasheed Wallace had guaranteed they was gonna beat us the next game. Like, so that was the biggest thing back in the day too. It was like it was what's the word I'm looking for? Billboard material. Like, you know what I'm saying, being able to write like something to give us motivation.
Yeah. So that was on there once you went in the locker room.
There, like, he said he was gonna beat us. We already seen it obviously, but he said it, and he had 0 points that game, bro. And they still beat us because of that block.
Hey, what's his thing? The ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. He didn't even score that night, bro.
He didn't even
score. They won, dog.
So when did you got traded after the that year? You went to the...
Yeah, I went to Atlanta. So the reason why I got traded was I pretty much wanted to start. You know what I'm saying? I went to Donnie Walsh. And it's funny, I thought I was going to Cleveland to go play with Bron, right? Because my agent felt like he had it done. You're going to go play with Bron. Bron need help, blah, 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 blah. I need another scoring wing. I'm like, this is perfect. I can go play with LeBron and the whole thing. Yeah. But they ended up sending me to Atlanta. And they sent me to Atlanta to a team that was like gutted.
Yeah. The rebuilding.
Young. They drafted Josh Smith, Josh Childress, a kid named Dante, can't remember his last name right now. It was crazy. We went there and I think we won 12 or 13 games that next year. So I went from winning 62 games to 13 the next season.
You was traded for? You traded for
Steven Jackson,
right?
Yeah.
But is that how you guys became cool?
No. I met Stack here in Jersey at the Y, working out with the dude Sandy I was telling you about. Back,
so before
back in '96 is when I first met him. Okay. And we was cool. And then obviously when he got to the league, he played for the Nets. And me and Stephon always called like my big brother. Right, he was like big brother to Stack. Okay. So whenever I was, be with Steph, Stack was there. Right. And that's how we started to develop our relationship. But then we really became tight when we became teammates. When I came back to, first I came back to the Pacers, and then we went to Golden State together.
So when you were when you got traded, how did you feel when you got traded?
To Golden State?
No, to the Hawks. How did you feel?
I was pissed. I was pissed.
Because you really thought you were going to Cleveland. You wanted
Yeah,
to start.
because I knew that was a bad team. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. I mean, obviously I knew it was gonna be opportunity for me, but it was a rookie coach. You know,
Right.
Mike Woodson was a rookie coach.
Yeah.
It was just all bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, the only bright spot for me was that my family was there. You know, my
Right.
grandmother, everybody
Right,
was
right,
there.
because
The
they just moved down.
You know what I'm saying? So that was cool that they was there. But other than that, on the court, it was tough.
You, after you got traded, there was the Malice in the Palace, right?
Yeah.
And did you get any phone calls? Because that happened like right after you left. Like,
Yeah, I
So
remember
you
where I
was-
was. I was in the movie theater watching National Treasure. That dude with the movie with Nicolas Cage in it.
okay.
And me and my wife was in there watching the movie, and my mom called my cell phone, and she's like, "Al, the Pacers is fighting the fans." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "The Pacers is fighting the fans in Detroit." I'm like, "What you mean fight?" I'm in the movie. I'm like, "What you mean fight?" She's like, "They fighting, like they in the stands fighting the fans." So literally, I just tell my wife, I'm like, "Yo, come on, let's go." So we leave the movie just to go see. So we go outside the movie theater, and there's no TVs in there or whatever. So we leave. And I live about 10 minutes away. So I went home, turned it on, and saw them literally fighting fans in the stands. Like, I didn't.
That was crazy, right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did you speak to anybody from the team? Who was the
I
first
talked,
person?
first person I talked to was Stack.
Right.
And then after I talked to Stack, I talked to J.O. And then I talked to Chuck Person, one of the coaches.
Right. So you didn't speak to Ron. You didn't speak to Ron.
Ron was the last person I spoke to.
Right.
But yeah, they was just like, everybody was just, they didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Then they were more like, after the fact, like, damn, what's going to happen?
Right, right. Because they thought they would never be in the league
Yeah,
again, right? So you over there consoling them and like, yo, you could be
I
all
wasn't
right.
consoling them. I just didn't know what to tell them. I'm like, yo, y'all crazy as hell. Like, y'all sick.
Were you kind of happy now you weren't there for that? Like,
Yeah, I'm so happy because I definitely would have been there helping them. You know what I'm saying?
And you would have definitely helped your teammates, right?
Because I mean, when you think about like something in a moment like that, and it's just like people throwing stuff and all that kind of stuff, I'm sure like you kind of go in survival mode. So
Did you go back to the Pacers before you went to the Warriors? So
yeah, I went back. I signed back as a free agent.
So this is after the Malice, after the whole Malice, right? And
2 years later.
2 years later.
Yeah.
Now you're with Jack.
Right.
With the whole team and everything. You guys are making a good run, good team. How did you feel now you're back with Indiana?
Well, I thought that we was going to be a team that could, obviously have a chance of winning the East. You know what I'm saying? Because, not too, I mean, obviously Ron was gone, but that team that, that we had before that, we was pretty close to having that same team. You know what I mean? And, it just didn't work out that way. You know what I'm saying? Just we had a lot of dominant personalities on the team, but, I just felt like if you want me to be all the way honest, it's just like winning wasn't our top priority at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was just like everybody just kind of had their own agenda.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Off the court, all
everybody's hanging out and stuff like that, right?
Hanging, kicking it.
Right.
It wasn't like focused on.
Was Jamal Tinsley still on?
Jamal
He was still in there?
Yeah, he was our starting point guard.
Yeah,
still.
so you had a little Brooklyn in there. Yo was hanging out, going to clubs. I remember going to seeing you in clubs at when we used to tour in Indiana. It's like, these guys stay in the club.
Yeah, we lived in the club back then. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what happened, obviously, so we didn't have the kind of success they expected us to have. Steven Jackson had the little shooting incident at the club.
Were you there with him?
I was there before it happened. I had left. I left like 5 minutes before everything happened. I was the last person to find out, probably in the whole state of Indiana. Like, I wake up, do my whole thing, go to the barbershop. When I get to the barbershop, that's when I found out. They like, yo, is everybody all right from last night? I'm like, what you mean?
Yeah.
They're like, they had a shootout in the club last night. I'm like, who had a shootout? He like, your teammates. I'm like, what? So once again, I make a phone call. I'm like, what happened? Like, yeah, they shot the thing up, stack in the hospital. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I was literally the last person to find out in the whole state that they even had all that issue like the night before.
Did you think, like, yo, Stack, man, you got to calm down, right? Because Stack was,
of course, man. But,
hood,
it
real
was,
hood.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where, like, obviously, it was somewhere, I guess, it was just kind of supposed to happen, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, when you look at the whole scenario of, like, why and what led up to it, none of it should have happened. Mm-hmm. But when something like that happens, it's just like it was supposed to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But happily, nobody got really hurt, you know what I'm saying, from it.